Hey guys, this is Coach Lauren coming to you from Elite Edge Southside with our trainer tip of the week. Today I want to talk to you guys about how to do a proper hip hinge. A hip hinge is the foundation for a lot of movements that you'll see in both cardio and strength movements. As trainers, what we see a lot is people confusing the hip hinge with a squat. They'll either do a squat with too much knee bend or a partial squat, and we really want to get you to where you're doing that proper hip hinge. Reason being, it's going to let you do the movements correctly, push more weight, and just overall get a better workout. All right, so let's talk about first the proper way to set up for a hip hinge. So when I set up for a hip hinge, my feet are going to either be right directly underneath my shoulders, so my body's in alignment, or slightly outside. All right, my knees are soft. So what I mean by soft knees, they're not locked out, but there's a slight bend. When I start to do the hip hinge, it is a lateral movement. I am pitching my chest forward. At the same time, I am pushing my hips backwards towards that back wall. So as I start to lean over, I'm hinging at the hip. All right, my knees stay soft, no extra bend. I get bent over, I'm parallel. All right, and then as I go to stand, I'm gonna fire that hip through, pop that booty, squeeze those glutes. Again, proper hip hinge looks like this. I'm leaning forward, driving those hips back, popping that hip. You'll notice at that time my knees did not bend at all right? So we talked about the squat. What I see a lot as a coach, people will start out with the proper movement, but then they'll start bending that knee, driving that chest forward, all right? That basically puts the weight on your quads. You still get a little bit of hamstring and glute, but a true hip hinge is predominantly glute and hamstring. So again, the way that it looks properly, hip goes over, I hinge at that hip, and then I squeeze through. Some of the movements that you'll see us do a lot here that require that hip hinge are the Russian kettlebell swing, also our RDL and deadlift are all generated with that hip hinge. So I'm going to show you how to do a proper kettlebell swing. I'm going to lean over, all right, I'm going to bend the knees to start, I stand up, all right, soft knees again, I hinge at the hip, pop that hip forward, squeezing that glute. That hip pop is what is generating the power for me to create that momentum for that kettlebell. The other movement I want to show you is an RDL or a deadlift. So again, soft knees, I'm going to stand it up, and then as I go, I roll those shoulder blades back and down. I'm pushing my booty back, hips are sliding back, and then I stand up nice and tall. Hips go back, stand up nice and tall. So basically that's the difference between the two. So when a coach is talking to you and they're telling you to slide that hip back, that's what they mean. No knee bend, straight leg, vertical for squat, hip hinge is that lateral movement.